Whiskers wasn't an ordinary cat. He lived with Professor Phileas, a quirky inventor, in a house full of peculiar gadgets. The most peculiar of all was an old grandfather clock, its face adorned with swirling stars and moons. One day, while chasing a mischievous sunbeam, Whiskers brushed against the clock. Suddenly, the world around him dissolved into a dizzying swirl of colors. When the colors settled, Whiskers found himself in a bustling marketplace unlike any he'd seen before. The air hummed with strange languages, and the stalls overflowed with curious wares. Confused, yet strangely excited, Whiskers realized the magical clock had sent him on an adventure through time. The marketplace bustled beneath a scorching desert sun. Towering above it all stood magnificent pyramids, their stone faces gleaming. A group of children, their voices high with excitement, pointed towards a majestic sphinx, or rather where the sphinx's nose should have been. "The nose, it's gone!" cried one boy. Who could have stolen the sphinx's nose? Whiskers, understanding the language of children and mischief, decided to investigate. Following a trail of sand and broken pottery, Whiskers discovered a group of monkeys using the missing nose as a slide. With a clever plan, he startled the monkeys, sending the nose tumbling back to its rightful place. The magical clock chimed once more, its sound echoing through the ancient walls of time, transporting Whiskers to a time of brave knights, grand castles, and legendary quests. He found himself in a cobbled courtyard, the air alive with the clang of swords, the excited chatter of squires, and the scent of adventure. A knight in shining armor, his brow creased with worry, addressed a group of distraught nobles, their faces pale with concern. "The Queen's jewels, they've been stolen!" boomed the knight, his voice filled with urgency. "We must find the thief before the king returns," he declared, rallying the knights to action. Whiskers, ever the curious one, sniffed around the velvet cushion where the jewels were last seen, his whiskers twitching with determination. He picked up a faint scent of lavender and fish, a peculiar combination that piqued his interest. Following the peculiar scent, he discovered a group of mischievous castle cats, attempting to adorn themselves with the glittering jewels, their eyes gleaming with mischief. With a playful swat, Whiskers retrieved the jewels, saving the day and earning the gratitude of the entire kingdom. Section 4. The Mystery of the Vanishing Voyager. The clock ticked and Whiskers braced himself for another journey. He had a feeling this one would be unlike any other, filled with unexpected twists and turns. He landed on the bustling deck of a wooden ship, the salty air filled with the cries of gulls and the smell of tar. The ship was alive with activity, every sailor performing their duties with precision. Sailors rushed about, their faces etched with concern, while a stern-looking captain bellowed orders. "The island, it's vanished!" cried a sailor. Panic spread like wildfire among the crew. One minute it was there, the next. Poof, gone! The sailors couldn't believe their eyes, and whispers of magic and curses filled the air. Whiskers, intrigued by the mystery, noticed a trail of shimmering scales leading away from the ship. He knew he had to follow it to uncover the truth. Following the trail, he discovered a mischievous mermaid who, bored with her usual surroundings, had used her magic to make the island disappear. She giggled at her own cleverness. Whiskers, with a combination of purrs and meows, convinced the mermaid to return the island, much to the relief of the sailors. The island reappeared and the crew cheered, grateful for Whiskers' bravery and quick thinking. Section 5. Back to the present, filled with the past. The familiar chime of the grandfather clock jolted Whiskers awake. The sound echoed through the room, pulling him from his dreams. He was back in Professor Phileas's workshop, the smell of dust and old books filling the air. The room was cluttered with relics of the past, each with its own story. The adventures felt like a dream, yet the memory of the missing sphinx nose, the stolen jewels, and the vanishing island lingered in his mind. He could still see the magical artifacts, each one more mysterious than the last, fading in and out of his thoughts. Whiskers stretched, a contented purr rumbling in his chest. The warmth of the workshop made him feel safe and at home. He had traveled through time, solved mysteries and uncovered secrets that had been hidden for centuries. Along the way he met some extraordinary creatures, from dragons to fairies, each with their own tales to tell. Most importantly, he had learned that every era, no matter how different, was filled with its own unique wonders and lessons. He realized that even a seemingly ordinary cat could become an extraordinary hero, capable of great deeds. From then on, whenever Professor Phileas wound the grandfather clock, the sound would remind Whiskers of his incredible journey. Whiskers would look up, emerald eyes sparkling with the memories of his adventures, each chime a reminder of the past. And as he drifted back to sleep, he would dream of the day he might travel through time again, ready for new adventures.